I have to leave in like 2.5 hours.
You should be able to get through most, if not all.
Yeah.
Has everyone prepared spells? That's going to the
Yep.
3 people who actually prepare spells. Which isn't Dabo.
All mine
Not
are totally
Goat.
ready.
It's not Grey.
Would
Okay.
you mind if I immediately multi-classed?
I wouldn't mind. It would just be confusing as to why you would.
I'm multi-class into fighter.
I mean, that's what a Grog did in Critical Role Campaign 1. He had like 2 levels in fighter and 18 barbarian.
Why?
Because you could get a fighting style. Tsundere isn't a class.
I'm gonna be right back.
Okay. If I've done this right, I think it's recording, which is cool. I can cut out the start bit until we actually start. So that's good. But yeah. Lime's ready. For some reason.
Try to have weird stuff on it. And then spinach and orange.
I'm just seeing if Bongo's characters. Yeah, that was weird. His HP wasn't updating, but yeah. Is Mayo a class? Jesus. Are you enjoying drumming?
I'm having a great time drumming. Yeah, it's on my screen too.
Yeah, it's because I need to have if like don't have the turn order thing up, you can just move it to the side to it like a side that's not annoying, or put it like on top of the chat box, the old stuff in the chat box
Or
if you want.
Make it really small.
Yeah, you can do that too.
I'm gonna make it small and then cover my face. There. Okay, perfect.
Okay. Is anyone not ready? Rob's still working on his mic, right?
Yeah, if you're not ready, just talk. Okay, everyone's ready.
Lol. Okay.
Exactly. This man is right.
Okay. So I'm hearing everyone except for Bongo. Is Bongo AFK eating? I presume. And Gray's just taking a couple minutes. But yeah.
But if
Once
Bongo's
Gray's back,
eating,
we are going to be starting with not Bongo, Rob, or Dabo. We are going to be starting with the other trio. Not that they're going to be long alone, but it is worth pointing out that they can start.
all right.
So I'll just wait until Gray gets back. In the meantime, it might be worth saying if you're typing, it would be a good idea to prepare a short character description. Just like type it off in a Word document or something, because I'm going to be asking for it pretty quickly. Just good to keep in mind. And how was everyone's days?
Absolutely fantastic.
Good.
My family came back from Poland.
Everybody has allergies over there, I guess. It's pretty unfortunate. Get it, because it's pollen in Poland. Get it,
I get it.
get it.
I wish I didn't though.
Yeah, I know.
No, I wasn't home alone. Only a couple of people from my family left.
You can
But I was
double-click
home
it-
semi-alone.
You can double click to turn it over and make it like almost invisible.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, so is everyone? The three of you are good, right? Go, Gray,
Yeah.
Line. Cool, cool. Okay, so in that case, I will begin. The three of you. Okay, you can take your time with it. Like I'm just going to be starting describing basically. A ship boards into the port city of Kolya. It's very cold, at least comparatively to what the three of you are used to. And okay, that's a lot of scratching noises. Hello? Who's making? Greg, could you mute your mic when you're not using it potentially because it's making a lot of scratchy noises. Okay. So a large ship docks into the port city of Kolya, and it's very cold comparatively to what the three of you are used to. The captain of the ship ties it up, and everyone on board is sent offwards, and the three of you find yourself just walking out onto this dock, effectively. You look around, it's pretty cold, and it's getting late. It's probably about 4-5 p.m. So it's still light out, but not for very long. You still probably have a couple of hours of sunlight. And yeah, the three of you have come here for your own reasons. Would you like to each describe yourselves? While that's happening. So yeah, Malreinn is a Kenku, black beak, big black beak, green outfit. And then we have Faendal. He's a light purple tiefling. And he has a horn on his hip. That's good to know. And finally, we have the person who no doubt is going to be writing a very detailed description.
By a horn, do you mean something you play, or like the one's your head?
Clearly, he ripped it off of a rhino and hollowed it out to make a horn he could play.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you can describe your appearance. Okay, so yeah, we have Malreinn, this Kenku Ranger. We have Faendal, Tiefling Bard, and we have Eileen, who is an elven witch. Would you like to describe yourself? A very colourfully dressed elven witch is the only way to describe Eileen. Definitely standing out between the two, much more dull clothed. That's a word. Totally dull clothed companions. And yeah, so the three of you all come here. What are the three of you going to do? There is also a dog with the three of them. Malre. Yeah, you see quite a lot of people around. Collier's a fairly busy city. You see people walking around all over the place, mostly humans, a few half-elves, and some halflings. On the docks where you currently are, you see the captain that you'd sailed with, who seems to be just finishing up tying up the ship before heading back into his own quarters on the ship. Looking around, you don't see any super rich people. You can give me a perception check, though, if you want. And Eileen, you can also give me a perception check. See if you see, see what you see, basically. Yeah, Malreinn, looking around, you don't see any. Okay, Dabo. Jesus. You don't see any super rich people walking around. Most of the people seem to be dressed in quite workers' outfits, quite down to business. Nothing like very people of the earth. Generally, not super high class people. Eileen, as you're just looking around, looking more at the buildings, you do spot a few notable buildings. There seems to be quite a lot of trade shops, general stores, fishing shops. Very business focused town. And you also see one large central building, which is comparatively massive, and it appears to be an inn of sorts. You can actually see a sign hanging on the front of it called the Thieving Den. Honestly, not that you can see. It's mostly built on flat land, and the buildings seem to be more simple. You reckon if you got up to the second floor of the inn, there's a large balcony there. You could also, if you wanted to just get a small bit up, there are several posts around the docks which you could stand on. You can pit Mallet, but you don't need to make a roll for it or anything. You've been around. Animal handling's more for like keeping horses in check or trying to calm down an angry animal, for instance.
Hola.
Hola.
I hate you all. Dang it, Markus.
I hate you too.
Stop trying to steal my cards. Stop. I will block you. I will ban you from the Discord.
The two of you watch as she just jumps up onto a pole and starts shouting out to all the people nearby. Give me just a general charisma check. You shout out. A couple of heads get cocked towards you and look at you curiously before everyone just seems to go about their business. Bongo, just to fill you in, currently the other three have just arrived by boat and are just sort of looking at this town for the first time.
Okay.
AKA, you're not here yet.
Okay. So the other group of three is doing
Yeah.
stuff.
The Euros.
What?
They're not very well distracted, but you can like go up and try and pickpocket one of these people who've just cocked their heads to the side if you want. Okay. You sort of rifle around in your bags and pull out the hat. Just make a check with your magician's kit. You just click on it, like weapon attacks, for instance. It should work. No, it's on to the left of items. You'll see it. There you go. You sort of fumble around a bit, and the trick goes off somewhat well. Two of the doves fly out magically and go up into the sky, never to be seen again. And a third one sort of just falls out of the hat dead. It's not super impressive. As the two of them talking, what is Faendal doing? Okay, Faendal just starts walking off to the inn. Sort of moving past the two figures just talking in the gangway of the docks. Just sort of following along. Okay. And Eileen just starts wandering off into the crowds. Okay. So Faendal and Malreinn are going towards the inn, and Eileen's like staying back a bit, just wandering around the crowds somewhat. Mal's coming along as well. With I won't say Mal's coming along with Malreinn. Basically, unless you want to state otherwise, Malo will basically follow by you. So the two of you head over to the inn and head inside. It's a very large, spacious inn, almost more like a barn of sorts. You can see a sign at the back when you go inside, like a back room that leads to a set of baths. And right at the front, where this barkeeper is, you see a crowd of very mismatched individuals talking in hushed tones. Would the other three of you like to describe your characters?
I'm talking in hushed tones.
What?
Not you so much. More this bartender is talking to you in a hushed tone.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I'm a 8 feet tall robot made of metal. Got this big like sword for a hand instead of one of my hands, and my other hand is like a mace that folds out into a hand. So yeah, that's me.
For everyone looking at it, none of you have really seen this huge metallic creature before. You've all probably heard in your own way about constructs, but this would be the first time any of you would have seen one. So yeah, then you have Markus, human, a tall, strong human.
The
Yeah.
TLDR version.
TLDR version.
Therud. So Therud is a tall guy. He's got a serious expression. He has long black hair with dark purple eyes. He usually wears dark clothing, but sometimes he'll wear other clothing if he's feeling like in a better mood. And I swear he's
Why?
not edgy.
He's basically an edgelord.
He's not edgy.
So the edgelord, the robot, and the anime protagonist are all talking to this bartender, and Malreinn and Faendal, you sort of walk up and you can sort of overhear this conversation as they're talking. So Pike, this short halfling woman, who's generally quite happy and positive, seems to grow a bit serious as she's talking to you. Look, you've done a lot for me already dealing with that problem, but if you could, I would really like this to be handled. I can't pay you much, but I can pay you something if you manage to get any information or deal with this. But there's been smuggling going on right through my city, and it's very troubling. So
Consider the job done.
Okay. Malreinn, you're currently not like right here. You're more just like overhearing this conversation that's happening to the others.
Alright, so wait, are we exterminating more things again?
I don't know if this job would require killing anyone or anything, but it would more require just gathering information or trying to just figure out what exactly is being smuggled. Oh god.
Oh no.
I don't know an awful lot, but I do have a couple of leads. Durian, I know he's involved somehow. He's always acted so strangely. I think particularly his fish shack is suspicious and definitely an area of interest. And the other thing is the docks. I don't know what they're smuggling, but they're bringing things in from boats and taking it through my city. It's making people scared, and my guards can't do all that much without putting themselves in danger.
Alright. So how much are we
Shall-
getting paid for this?
Well, that depends what you can do. Any information I'll pay. I can pay some things for, and on the off chance you could do anything more, then I could pay even more. I do have limited funds, but taking these out would be worth it in the long run. I can offer you some gold for information and more for what you do, but again, I can't name specific amounts.
Hmm.
I'll be sure to make it worth your while, though.
Alright then.
Shall we depart?
Sure.
Follow me.
So yeah, Faendal and Malreinn, you see these three sort of turning and facing away from the bartender as they're beginning to make their way out of the inn.
I'm gonna whisper to Markus. I'm gonna go like, yeah, that fortress guy, he's kind of a weirdo.
I didn't even tell you my name. You don't know my name.
That construct boy is kind of a weirdo. Yeah, is that better?
So yeah, Malreinn, you head over to the bartender and you order a drink. She just turns to you, is like, "Oh, sure. That'll be 2 copper." I will show you. So basically, you have gold pieces and silver pieces. Yeah. In your inventory, under your equipment. Yeah. Each silver piece is worth 10 copper pieces. So if you want to pay 2 copper pieces, you just do this. Yeah. You take 1 silver piece off and put 8 copper pieces back. So like that. Make sense?
Alright, time
Okay.
to convert all my money into copper pieces.
Okay.
Oh, God.
So you pay her, and she gives you a drink. She doesn't seem to check for like there is no real ID or anything. She just seems to hand it to you. One thing you do know, she doesn't seem to be that weirded out by serving a kenku.
Ooh.
She's got a robot doing her business. So.
It is quite funny to watch the kenku attempt to drink out of a glass. It's very messy. You think you get maybe like a third or a half of the drink actually in your face.
Let's just give him a really long straw that goes all the way down his beak.
Yeah.
Aren't you
I'm
also
pretty
made of
sure
meat?
birds have meat.
Can birds spit?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. That's a bird science question.
Alright, we
Need
need a
some-
bird scientist.
Can we need some scientifically accurate bird?
Right.
uh,
Does birds
what
is spit?
What is the word for that? The anatomy. That's it.
Birds. I mean, they have
Wouldn't it be
saliva.
autonomy, not anatomy?
Autonomy is like automatic.
Autonomy is like the things they can do, right?
I don't know.
And then anatomy is
It
the
doesn't
stuff that
matter.
they're made of. Anyway, this is completely sidetracked.
So we're heading to this fish shop.
Where are you heading?
The fish shop.
The fish shop.
The fish shop.
Okay. So the three of you are heading towards Durian's Fish Shack, while Malreinn and Faendal just sort of talk over this alcohol. At this point, you can just give me a general perception check.
Alright.
Bongo is now Eileen as well, apparently,
Wow, why is that?
because I didn't ask you to make a perception check.
Oh, I thought you were talking to us.
No, I said Eileen.
Oh. Wait.
New characters. But yeah, Eileen, as you're just sort of walking around, you sort of wander around the city. It's not huge, and you do manage to get a good lay of the land within about 10 minutes of walking around. You do end up noticing something a bit strange, though. You spot the woman that you saw on the ship, the one who was acting very standoffish. You see her, just a glimpse of her, pushing a box through an alleyway. Pushing quite a heavy crate through an alleyway. The inn.
You went really robot there. Halfway
More
through.
Oh, did I?
robust than the fortune.
Faendal and oh, okay, connection issues. Woo.
Woohoo.
You're fine now.
Faendal and Malreinn leaving after the three. You're not okay. Okay. Very well. Is Malreinn going out after them, or? Okay, you sort of go after them and sort of follow along. The three of you head towards the fish shack. Are you going to get inside?
Yep.
You head inside, and Durian's standing behind the counter. He looks at you, and you don't even need to like roll checks to see it. He visibly lets out a "What can I do for you?"
Are you smuggling illegal materials?
Oh gosh.
How dare you ask me such a ridiculous question?
Okay. I'm gonna leave.
Oh my gosh.
Just starts
Okay.
to turn
I'm
and
gonna
starts
go-
leaving.
I'm gonna go talk to the fortress. Yeah, you can't just ask them that up front.
Why not?
Because we have to, like, get it out of them without explicitly saying it.
Okay.
Just don't let it happen again.
Okay.
I love the fortress.
I think there's a bit of a problem with his programming.
He sort of turns to Marcus and is like, "Is there anything I can help you with?" Very well. You, sir, is there anything you need? Turning towards you, Therud. I'm going to get used to the names eventually. I basically only have the fortress right now in my head.
Alright, so wait, so the guy that we got hired by believes that this guy's smuggling things, correct, or something?
Yeah.
Alright.
It's a girl, actually. Hired you. Just saying.
We probably should have talked out like a little bit of a plan before this. We're just rushing in, just like, hey.
But then it wouldn't be like this D&D group.
Oh my god.
What is the plan?
Okay. Well, remember, so is this the same guy we visited, like, in session 0? Or is this a different thing?
Yes, this is the same person you talked to in session 0.
Okay, so there was that weird smell coming from the basement back then.
Yeah. I will say, Mallow can give me a perception check with advantage.
I have an idea. Mallard,
The dog, yeah. Because Mallow's actually like sniffing around.
I have an idea.
Okay, yeah. So that's just in my mind. What are the rest of you doing? Talking?
Alright, I'm gonna say, so we think we might have actually missed some things in your basement, so we're just gonna like head down there and just make sure everything's all good. Is that alright?
He seems to grow a bit of a concerned look on his face, and it's like, I've already checked down there. You've done a good enough job. I know you're probably just looking for more payment, but you won't get it from me.
No, we don't expect anything more.
Look, I'm trying to run a business here, and you're taking up my valuable time.
We just want to make sure that we do a
Is
full
there
and
anyone
complete
else in the
job.
shop?
Do I need to call the guards to get you escorted out of here? Would you rather I speak Elvish? I'm very intelligent. I can speak multiple languages if common is too intelligent for you.
Okay, is there anyone else in the shop?
Currently, no, it's just the three of you and him.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up right next to him, grab him, and then put my sword to his throat.
He immediately starts backing up as you walk up to him, but you don't even like. He's a very frail person. You pick him up and just hold the sword to his throat. He's like, "Unhand me at once."
No, we need information about smuggling.
Give me an intimidation check with advantage.
Okay.
He seems to start blubbering with sweat. It's like, you need to unhand me at once. I do not know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do.
I really do not. He seems to be very panicked.
What's with
Meanwhile, Eileen, you start skipping along and catch up to the woman in this alley. She looks around very like rushed. It's like, oh, you again. Hello. I am doing very well, but I'm afraid I'm a little bit busy at the moment. I'll watch more of your magic tricks later. Maybe if you stay at the inn, I'll come find you there. And as she's sort of talking to you, you see Mala walk up, Malreinn's dog, And she just sort of walks over to the crate and starts sniffing it, yipping lightly. Malreinn, you're sort of tailing your dog, but not quite as close, and you're about 40 or so feet behind. She seems to look down at the dog and it's like, just shoo. She sort of starts softly kicking it away. It's just some supplies for the fish shack.
Supplies. Yes. Parks secretly.
The three of you in the shop start hearing a dog barking as well. Just a side note.
Bark.
In chat, but I really do need to start sort of more. She's continuing to push the box away from you and sort of like quicken her pace towards this open cellar doors, and you can actually see there's a few more people eyeing you interestingly.
Yeah, you're cutting out.
Oh, is my internet being that shit? That is no good. No bueno. So yeah, so basically she continues to push the box away from you towards this cellar door, and you can see there's other people in the alley sort of looking at you. Did you get all that?
Yes.
Okay. So what are you guys doing? Okay, you start walking along. As you're continuing to sort of walk along, one of the people by the cellar, these other people in this alley, start walking up to you and it's like, "Look, ma'am, this is a restricted area. You're going to have to leave." Look, this is a restricted area. I'm not going to get my manager out. He's busy with customers. So you're going to have to leave, or I'm going to have to make you leave. This very burly, orcish man. You're about 20 feet away from her at this point. Pretty close, but like you can sort of see this going on. Mal's right next to Eileen as well. Okay, sort of that's going on. What's happening in the shop? He's sort of like, so the fortress is holding up this half-elven man, and he's sort of just squirming, like panicked. He looks terrified. I will call the guards on you.
So, why are you so quick to try to get us out of here?
I'm quick to get you. You are coming into my establishment and assaulting me.
But before we assaulted you, you seemed very, aggressive.
I cannot believe this. What do you... Just get out of here. He seems very flustered.
Not until you tell me about smuggling.
He looks down. I've known you for a while now. You're a very hard worker for Pike, but I swear I do not know anything about this. And he looks down at your eyes. I don't know how many eyes you have.
Can I make an insight check?
Yeah, give me an insight check. Both of you can sort of tell he doesn't seem to be lying about knowing the fortress for a while, but he does seem full of shit. He even through the fear, he definitely acts like someone who's been caught in a lie. He doesn't seem to be doing a very good job of hiding it.
What are you smuggling?
He's just he keeps squirming. He doesn't seem to be willing to speak. You can give me an insight check now, actually, as well, since you haven't yet.
All right. Whoops. My bad.
He definitely seems to be scared, but from up close, you don't think he's like just scared of you. Eileen can definitely hear something going on. The sounds of a very flustered person in the fish shack. And you're currently you're actually quite. Here's the thing: you're very close to the fish shack, but to get to it, you'd have to go either through the cellar door that like the people are blocking, or you'd have to go all the way around. So you're close to it, like geographically, but in terms of walking distance, it's quite a bit away. You're right next to Eileen.
Yeah. I think the fortress to stay up here. Make sure he doesn't try anything.
I will make sure of that.
I'm just going to keep holding him there.
Yeah.
Give me a strength check, actually. At this point, it's more just a matter of you're holding him directly upwards, like without a break, and your arm's starting to get a bit strained. He
Okay.
actually manages to start, like, pushing against you. Oh, you make it just regular strength, not strength save. Okay. He actually starts managing to, like, wriggle against you a bit, and he actually manages to slip free of your grasp, and he runs into the back room. Just darts, and you hear the door slam from the back room.
Would I get an attack of opportunity?
I'll say no. I'll say no because you're surprised.
Okay.
You run after him, and this door slams. You try the door, but it seems to be locked. No, get out of here! I'm going to inform the guard of your reckless behavior.
I'm going to smash the door.
Oh God! You slam into the door, and with that, just thinking, chain of events. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you start slamming into this door. It doesn't break in one hit. It's a pretty well-built door, but you start slamming into this thing, and it starts cracking quite significantly. Then, I'll say, yeah, okay, this is what's happening. You don't really notice this because it takes you by surprise, but you're currently behind the counter slamming at this door, and the door to the stairs to the basement are like right open there. A single bolt shoots out from the basement and hits you. It's actually it's going to hit, but it's not going to deal much damage. Where's the damage? I need to find this. Did not expect this to happen so soon. I never expect anything to happen so soon. Just getting all my dice ready. Okay, you take a total of 3 points of damage,
Ow.
which I can do for you if you want. There you go. Take 3 points of damage as this bolt just hit into you as you're slamming into this door. And I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative. Everyone except for Faendal. Faendal's just like chilling with that. Everyone but Faendal.
Oh wow, the fortress.
Oh wait, yeah. I just need to reveal some things. So I'm just going to start putting in your characters here, so you can click. Oh, never mind. You've already started doing that.
Oh, whoops.
It's fine. It would take a sec anyway. This is going to just take me a minute, so you can talk amongst yourselves as I'm doing this. Because I did not expect this to happen in this way.
Alright, so, who thinks there's
Why
going to be
didn't
a
you
bunch of
expect
dead
that?
bodies down here?
This is the most logical plan of option.
Most
That's
likely.
most logical plan of option.
Yeah,
Plan of
option
option.
of plan.
Yes. This is the best plan. This is the only plan. Because there was no plan. Because this is no name for now.
Just immediately barge in, ask him if he's smuggling anything, hold him hostage, and break down his door.
Has anyone seen
Oh,
him?
Rob, why are you so injured? Why is your character so injured?
Why
Is
is
he
the
actually?
dog asking if has anyone seen my dog?
Maybe he has a dog to his dog. Maybe his
Wait,
dog has a dog.
how damaged is he?
It's like on half health for some reason. I think he didn't heal himself or
Didn't heal
something.
up, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I know why. I'm being dumb.
we have all
I know exactly why it is. Sorry, this is taking a sec. This is just a very complicated thing that I'm doing.
It's totally not complicated. This is exactly what you should have expected. Totally. I'm gonna get refreshments. Be right back.
refreshments.
Get some oil for my, you know.
Okay, I'm almost done. I just add the initiatives now. Oh, this is gonna be so. It's gonna be so. This is gonna be so complicated for everyone but me because of the multiple things. Okay, and what else was I doing? I don't remember. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, initiatives. Okay, Malreinn rolled a 14. Sorry, this is so complicated.
How do you pronounce that? Faendal.
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 Thank you, goat.
Eileen and Therud, which one of you wants to go first?
I'll let her go first. Oh, okay. Well,
Okay,
It's pronounced Roku.
I've got everyone's initiative 10. I don't have the Markus. Oh, the other, yeah, I'm being dumb. Just a couple more initiatives.
And Goat's still the bar, so he's
there's
looking
only
at this.
oh you're looking at the ones that are still on the other page, but we can only see Malreinn and Eileen.
I know you're not going to be able to see everyone.
Ew.
Luckily, all of the enemies rolled shitty initiatives. The important thing is that I can see all the initiatives, so I know the order. So is Eileen or Bongo going first? Like which just flip a coin?
Sure.
I say Eileen because I am the overlord.
Okay, is Eileen going first? Okay, in that case, I will reveal the map.
This is such a short turn order. Man, I can't believe there's only 3 characters.
I should just reveal the whole map.
They're outside, right?
They're currently in an alleyway. This building here, I'm just going to write with a this, is the fish shop.
All right.
So yeah, you don't need to do anything, but you hear some very heavy sounds coming from that fish shop behind you. Sounds of wood slamming and the sounds of panic shouting. British smuggler. Tally ho, pip pip.
Well, his name is Smuggler, so I'm smuggling something. I mean, that's case solved right there.
He's also British. Is it weird that I'm struggling to do a British accent because my standard accent is British? So when I try and do an extra British accent, it's very awkward.
Pip, pip. I'm gonna rob you. Pip, pip.
I will rob you and smuggle things across your country. Pip pip.
All right. British plus Ultra.
So yes, Eileen, would you like to do anything?
Oh gosh, no. It's happening again.
What's happening again?
But you
You knave.
you keep doing the accent.
I know. It does. I do sometimes get stuck in accents. Oh God, I'm still doing it. Fucking hell. It's difficult for someone like me, a thespian, an actor. Yes, this female smuggler is the girl you know, and this brutish one is this orc man who sort of walked up and he was like, "No, you can't do this." Out of the corner of your eye, you could see the other two figures who were in the alley walk down this cellar. You don't need to fight them. I'm just saying, you're in initiative right now. You hear this noise coming from this fish shop that the other two figures in the alley just went into. You don't need to do anything, basically, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Are you going to run towards the cellar, or are you going to try and run around to the front of the shop? Okay. As you're trying to run through the cellar, give me a dexterity saving throw. As these two are trying to sort of block you from going past. Yeah, you easily leap over. They barely manage to block you, so you're unobstructed moving. You still got 15 feet of movement?
You only have 15 feet of movement?
Well, no, because you already moved 15 feet to get that far. So
Yeah.
if you only had 15, that would be kind of bad.
I like gnome levels.
I think even they have more, don't they? They've got like 20 or something?
Yeah.
Gnomes have 25.
No.
Oh, 20. Yeah, so that's not even that bad. I should probably move one of these boxes over here because they did say they did have one pushing along. So yeah, Bongo keeps barking.
It's a magic box.
You sort of just get to the edge with your movement. If you want to use your action to sprint, you can get inside because it is open. Yeah, so you're sprinting. So yeah, you can with the rest of your movement. You find yourself getting down into. I don't have a ladder here, but there would be a ladder. You find yourself coming down into a ladder. But yeah, sort of just go down, and this is like the end of your movement. You find yourself in a small wooden room that reeks of the smell of spice. It's like overwhelming. What do you mean Bongo doesn't have a turn? Bongo does have a turn. Shut up. So yeah, these people aren't here. And so yeah, you sort of just end up in this this secret room effectively, and you can see there's panels moved out of the side, so you can move through this wall. So yeah, that's the end of your turn. It is now Therud's turn. Therud, you're currently on the in this fish shop, and you can see a bolt just fly out from the cellar, hitting the fortress as he's slamming into the door. Durian's just making a wail of noises from behind it.
Alright. So it's time to go downstairs and check that out.
Okay, you're basically close to it, so with only 10 feet of movement, you can get here and see that there's a figure holding a crossbow, pointing up towards you.
Okay, so that took 10 feet of movement?
Yeah, that's about 10 feet of movement.
Alright. I'm gonna give this guy a nice little present.
You and Mala have your turn at the same time. You basically use your action to command him to do something. So otherwise he's not going to do anything. So you can basically attack yourself, or you can tell him to attack. So yeah, he's going to make a dexterity saving throw. Is this smuggler sort of tries to dodge to the side? He is successful in dodging to the side and only takes half damage. The fire just burning in a similar place that you burnt the creatures in this basement before. The scorch marks still across the wall. You can actually see this too. This wall over here has some. I don't know if you even saw that. This wall over here has several slats missing, as if it's a false wall, and you can smell the spice everywhere in that room. It is
Spice.
Malreinn's turn. Oop. You and Mal are still up here, and you just watched as Eileen dashed into the cellar. The two smugglers sort of shouting after her. Settlers. Is Mala going to if Mala is going to attack them, but does Mala have a reason to attack them?
It's a rabid dog.
No, I mean, nobody knows. Nobody knows what Mallory's thinking. He's Mallory. He's a dog.
That is true, but I will say, like, these two people in front of you haven't done anything bad to you. All you can really hear that's notable is the sounds of combat coming from this fish shack. The dog knows them from the ship. Well, he knows from the ship. The dog does know that they've been shipping some sort of spices, but definitely not like they're not actively attacking you or anything. Okay, so we'll just start taking Mala back to the tavern. You move to the end of this long alley and start
Bye.
making your way back. Okay, this is Marcus's turn. Yeah, Marcus's turn. You're about 10 feet away from the top of this ladder. This stairs. That's the word. I was like, what's the word for that ladder thing that you climb up every day? Yeah, what's Marcus going to do? Okay, you move to the top. And you can sort of see this figure with the crossbow and the slats taken out of the wall. Hello? Oh, sorry, my internet's being a bit shit. But yeah, you sort of just look over this wall, and you can see through it. There's several slats completely missing. You don't even need to make a check. You see two figures through it. You see one person who looks similarly dressed to this crossbowman, and another who looks nothing like either of them. Very ostentatiously dressed. I think that's a word.
Sure.
I've heard it like a couple times before. I know I'm totally using it right.
Totally. Alright, let's look up ostentatiously. Ostentatiously. In a pretentious or showy way designed to impress.
Yeah, that's kind of right. Well, Gray, this is currently an initiative, so you don't do that yet because this is like all happening right now. Okay, we'll get to the tavern and stuff. Okay. Okay. Give me a javelin attack. Just throw a javelin. Unfortunately, it's not enough to hit. He managed to dodge out the way just in time as it whizzes past his face. He definitely seems to be a bit shocked because he like didn't expect to see two people come around the corner and start attacking him. Though, is there anything else you'd like to do? Okay. This orc smuggler is basically just going to spend his whole turn running over here. Meanwhile, this male smuggler, oh, they all have their turns right after each other. That's quite funny. Is going to run up and going to slash at Markus with a sword attack. He's going to miss. Marcus's. Oh, actually, I forgot to update Marcus's AC. It's actually supposed to be 17. I'll do that in 1 second. Yeah, it just pings off of your armor, easily managing to deflect the attack. The two female smugglers, one is going to turning, seeing Eileen run down here and seeing this unload. She's going to pull up a crossbow and shoot it towards Eileen. Unfortunately, it's going to just whiz past you. Managed to dodge out the side, taken a bit by surprise. And the other one is going to finish running down here. It is now the fortress's turn, right at the bottom of the initiative.
All right. I'm just gonna run down to where this guy shot a bolt at me.
Okay, you can get all the way to him. You were even closer to the thing than the others.
It's just him in here.
You can see the other 4 other figures through this this wall.
All right. I'm gonna go into rage mode.
Okay, start going into rage.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna stab my sword directly into his chest.
Okay. Yeah, your attack just you take this huge sword and just slam it down. It cuts right through him. He looks terrified as he falls to the floor dead.
Oh.
With that, it's Eileen's turn. This woman who you had seen on the ship for quite a while. No, this one you hadn't seen on the ship actually. This woman shoots a crossbow at you suddenly as these two figures sort of come down the ladder on either side, dressed very similarly. Are you going to try and climb up the ladder, or go through these slats in the wall? These are this fake wall basically. Yeah. There's several. It's like, think of it like a fence made of planks, and several of the planks have been removed. Like it got loads of holes in it basically. Okay. First of all, you start climbing up, trying to get to this ladder, but this guy's in the way. you sort of make for it and then turn and quickly run. Both of them are going to get attacks of opportunity against you as you run, though. You can move how you want, but they're both going to attack you. Both are going to be able to hit you as well. I just need to see how much damage they do again. You take 11 points of damage as both of them cut you as you make to run for the wall. Give me a performance check as you move. Okay, yeah, you jump through, do a bit of you managed to get outside the wall, but it doesn't look super impressive. It's more just, especially with these cuts across your back, it's more like panic performance. So yeah, that's what that happens. Therud, you just see this woman jump out of the wall, like 2 cuts across her back, as you can see through the slits of the wall, barely from your position. 3 figures facing you, quite intent and attacking you, pulling out crossbows and swords.
Well then. Okay. Move up a bit. So is this like the boss wall stuff like around here or something?
Yeah, you can see through most of that wall basically. All this 15 feet basically is removed. This 15 feet, effectively, all this area is removed.
Okay. So wait, let me check something actually. How far am I? Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna use Ice Knife. On the guy over here.
Okay, 6 feet. Sure, you just fire at her. She's going to need to make a. Oh no, it's just a ranged spell attack. Wait, is it?
Please.
Oh, you make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, it takes 1d10 piercing damage. Hit or miss the target. Okay, that's a really confusing thing. So, what's the ranged spell attack part of it? Do you need to make? You probably have an attack on your just above your equipment area where your attacks are.
Yeah, but that doesn't. I don't think that actually goes. Yeah, it
'Cause
doesn't roll a
this-
d20 at all.
Oh, that's weird. Just roll a d20 normally then.
Sure.
Your modifier is not going to be enough to. Wait, what is your spellcasting modifier? Is it a plus? Oh, it's plus. Yeah, you easily be able to hit her. So yeah, you deal 7. No, no. Okay. Okay, so the deck. If they succeed the deck save, then they don't take any damage, and it's only within 5 feet, so it's only going to affect her.
Yeah.
She succeeds the deck save, so she's only going to take 7 points of damage. Okay, moving onwards, it's Markus's turn, unless there's anything else you want to do.
No.
Okay, Markus's turn. Rob. Cool. Looking around you, you can see these 3 figures just looking back at you with weapons drawn, and this very bizarrely dressed woman jumping through the wall, covered in blood. Okay, Markus moves on in. You strike down with your great sword, and you easily manage to take down this woman just with one hit. Seems to be injured with this icy knife hitting across her shoulder. You slash her across her midsection, and she falls flat. Anything else? Okay, just sort of say that out. Give me a persuasion check, I think.
Hey, wait a second.
Okay.
Eric, is that you?
With that, this orcish smuggler seems to look around frantically. It's like he says, "Never," and he takes a hand axe off of his belt, flourishes it around before tossing it towards Eileen. With a natural 20,
Oh.
that's going to hurt. Just need to check that instrument. Instrument does. Oh. Holy. Oh God.
Rest in peace, Eileen. Alright, so first player.
You take 23 points of damage. I rolled insanely high on a crit. You just you feel this axe hit you in the back, and you just fall flat on the ground, unconscious. As this orc man starts climbing up and out of this cellar, slamming the doors with the rest of his movement. So he closes these cellar doors. It's then the female smuggler's turn. I don't know. Oh, she got deleted off the turn order because the other one died. No, wait. Why is there? Okay, Therud's turn order just got messed up apparently. Anyway, it's the smuggler's turn. She looks up at the cellar, which is closed, and she's like, she just looks around frantically. She drops her weapons and is like, just sort of frozen in fear and confusion. It's the fortress's turn. It's not even the second session; it's the first one. Oh, okay. So yeah, what's the fortress going to do? Dabo.
I know. All right.
Sorry.
Okay. I was listening. I was just waiting to respond. Okay.
He was just drinking.
So I'm going to smash this wall, or I guess this.
It's easy enough to move through it.
Yeah.
It's a bit
Yeah.
awkward with your height, but you do manage to get through.
Imagine most a bit
How
difficult.
tall
on
even
height.
is this
Okay.
basement?
It's the fortress's head is basically like it's basically the size of the fortress, so he has to lean down ever so slightly. It's about 8 feet tall.
I think I'll be used to that though. But okay.
Yeah,
gonna-
you sort of have quite a squatted posture anyway when you're inside.
I'm gonna thrust my sword into this.
I don't think you can move.
Okay.
Eileen.
Stop corpse dancing. Stop it. Behave. So yeah, you're just going to attack in a blind rage. You managed to hit with the first. You only have one attack. Yeah, you hit. Seems to knock the wind out of her. She's already dropped her weapons and is like basically crying at this point in pain from that heavy blow. Anything else you would like to do?
You just made a woman
Unfortunately,
cry. How could you
and-
do that?
Was there anything else you wanted to do?
I don't think there's anything I can do. No.
Okay. In that case, it is Therud's turn.
Alright.
Yeah, the fortress attacked her.
Alright, I guess I'll help Eileen. I'm gonna use healing hands.
Okay.
Let's just take
So you
her-
heal her like 3 health, right?
Yeah, she'll be at 3 health now.
Just sort of touched down her and put a small amount of healing energy into her. Eileen, you sort of come back to consciousness. Your eyes flutter awake as you look up at the man ahead, the man on top of you, long flowing black hair. You're currently prone on the ground, so there's that. But yeah, you just look up at my hero, my
Academia.
generic anime protagonist hero.
Isn't it the other one?
Oh yeah, but who cares? Everyone's a generic. He's like the edgy anime. He's the edgy anime protagonist. No, it's like Yu-Gi-Oh. You know, Marcus is Yugi. I think I'm trying to remember the original Yu-Gi-Oh. So Marcus is like the kid, and then Therud's like the sort of edgy ancient Egyptian god or whatever that is also the kid at the same time. Because
Wait,
Yu-Gi-Oh is weird.
I can attack twice.
That's how it went, right? It was like they were the
sure.
same person, but they weren't. It's like the ancient Egyptian guy possessed the kid's body, and then became an older version of the kid. It was weird.
Wait, I can attack twice. That's how Rage works with my thing.
Oh yeah, but so if you wanted to attack a second time in your turn, you could. So
Yeah,
you can do that now.
yeah.
I'll say you can do that now. Yeah, you kill her. With two attacks, you just annihilate her.
Hey.
Slash down with the sword and slash up with like a sort of heavy uppercut, and she just falls over, lifeless. Oh, Pot of Greed. Didn't that get banned because it was like considered so overpowered that it was like a must-have in every deck? Yu-Gi-Oh. Is Therud doing anything else?
Can I just help Eileen up?
Yeah, you can sort of use your movement to sort of get her up onto her feet. Extending a strong arm, helping her up to her feet as the two of you gaze into each other's eyes. I don't know why I'm forcing this ship, but I'm going to do it for some reason. Anyway, that happens. Is there anything else you want to do? You've used your, I think it's an action to use your healing hands,
Yeah, it's
right?
an action.
Yeah. So you've got a bonus action if you want to do anything with it.
Nah, got nothing.
Okay. It is Eileen's turn. I hope Goat and Grey aren't getting too bored just watching for now.
Sure.
Wait, so are we at?
Oh yeah, fuck! I forgot about preparing that cantrip. I don't have it prepared, but it will be with you soon.
Are we at an of initiative?
You're not out of initiative just yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know why it's I know why it's OP because tempo is very important in card game. Okay, you sort of use the magician's kit and pull out a quick trick, maybe like the connected napkins up the sleeve. Oh, you pull a rabbit. You're going to run out of animals very quickly. Just give me a check with the magician's kit.
How alive is it?
Yeah, this is basically to check how well you've been keeping. Because if I know Eileen, it's a lie. You sort of pull out a rabbit, but it's not like super fluffy and white. It's more breathing very heavily, as if it couldn't breathe in your hat, and it's got kind of matted fur, and it sort of holds out this sort of rabid-looking rabbit to you.
Is it okay?
It doesn't look very okay.
Alright, I'm gonna take the rabbit and like give it some food.
Okay, but that's sort of for your turn. Is
Yeah,
basically is anyone else doing anything in initiative? Like, are people going to try and chase down this orc dude who ran off or not?
Oh, the orc did run off. Yeah, I'd chase him.
Okay, so then we can continue continuing. Eileen's doing that with her turn. Is Markus doing anything as well? Okay, so you sort of going to heal Eileen. I'll say for the sake of brevity, Fortress, would you give me a strength check?
Oh yeah.
With
Roll for
advantage, I
one.
think, right? Because you're raging. I think you have advantage on like
Yeah,
strength
but
checks.
if I hadn't attacked somebody for like a turn, I would run out of.
Yeah, but it's fine. You still have the last bit of the rage, so you get the advantage on the strength check. You burst open this cellar door, which was locked. Give me a perception check to see if you can track where this guy went, and you just heal. Lime, you can handle that healing, okay? So you can heal yourself by 10 points. You look around. This guy seems to have gone. You sort of lost track of him. With that, the rage subsides, and you are all out of initiative. So,
I'm gonna run over to Eileen and say,
I will get back to this. Meanwhile, at the thieving den,
Oh man.
Faendal, you've just been sitting around looking around the inn a little bit. It's got nice baths at the back that you might want to check out at some point. And otherwise, you've been making small talk. Oh, you've just been eating, yeah? Just mark off a couple of copper pieces for the food, okay? So you've used up a couple of copper. Okay, so what you do is, do you want me to? I'll exchange some of your money real quick for smaller ones, so it's easier for you to do. So like,
Just been breathing. I've been breathing.
there you go. So now you can mark off. I'd say 5 copper pieces if you're having some like proper food and drink. So you can mark that off yourself now, okay? Okay. As you've been looking around, and Malreinn, you've made your way back to the inn as well with your dog. I want both of you to give me perception checks, as well as Malor a perception check with advantage. Not with advantage, just Malor can make a normal perception check. Anyone there? Cool. Gray, go. Yeah, you can roll a perception check as you're in this inn. Not with advantage, so you can just flick it over to normal. Do you remember how to do that? Cool. Okay. Okay. Malreinn, you don't notice anything. You're a bit preoccupied with just like getting back to the inn and sort of sitting back down with Faendal. But Faendal and Malor both notice. You see a woman walk past the tavern as you look out the window with long black hair, and you spot something which I'm just trying to think. Both of you recognize as a golden coin with a star etched into it, much bigger than like a regular gold piece, very lavishly hanging off of her left ear as she's walking. You both notice this as the thing that woman on the ship was wearing, who was acting quite shifty. She seems to look around a bit before walking off, and she meets up with an orc, the same orc that you saw in the alley. The two of them talk for a bit. You don't really overhear the conversation, but they talk a bit outside the tavern before making their way along the path out of the city. That's basically what Malor and Faendal notice. Is there anything you want to do about it immediately, or you don't have to? It does look like that little that charm, that earring thing she was wearing will be worth quite a bit. You probably you overheard the stuff about smugglers, but you don't really have much information, not nearly as much as anyone else does. Okay, so the two of you are going to start following. Well, I assume. You can show the bag. Malreinn just pulls out a small bag filled with spice. This red and white spice, which smells very strong. You can, I think Faendal can give me a history check. Not history, nature check actually. Faendal would know a little bit more about this than anyone else. It's more. This is more nature. This check. It's familiar, but you're not really sure much beyond that. You've seen it. You've seen it around in this summery spring area of the world, but you don't really know much about it. You never got that close to it. And so the two of you sort of going to follow those people. Okay. I need both of you to just make me stealth checks. Yeah, both of you make me stealth checks. And Mala as well has advantage on stealth checks, I think. Or does he just have... I don't think he has advantage, just has proficiency, so Mala can make one as well. Just to see generally how quietly you're following them. Oh yeah, Malreinn's moving very... Oh no, that's Mala probably. Oh no, that being said, yeah, both of you pretty stealthy. And roll for Mala or Malreinn, whichever one you haven't rolled for. Okay, yeah, you're moving quietly enough. You particularly point out where Faendal's moving a bit loudly, and you sort of help him with the natural 20. You help him sort of correct his own stealth. And yeah, the three of you start following. Everyone else back at the basement of the shop. Yeah, you're there. You can faintly hear a whimpering noise coming from upstairs. This half-elfen man Durian just sort of whimpering behind the locked door.
Alright, let's go up there. I think it's time to go talk to him.
Just leave me alone. You miscreants have caused enough damage to my property.
I'm afraid we can't do that.
No, please, just leave me alone. He is properly sobbing. Sniffling.
So you're gonna commit a crime like this, and then just go off and cry about it? You're
Yes.
pathetic.
I am pathetic. He starts just crying and agreeing with you. You can sort of see him through the cracks in the door where the fortress had slammed into it. Yes, I was aware. They threatened me into using my basement to hold their illegal goods, but I couldn't question them about it.
And why not?
Because they'd killed me. Those ruffians had swords and crossbows.
Can I roll insight in this? Because
Yeah, you can roll insight.
Okay.
He is pathetically crying. He doesn't seem like he's going to be hiding any more information. You get no indication that he's lying to you at all.
Okay.
Two of them? But there's far more than two.
We killed more than 2 of them. We killed at least 3.
You killed exactly 3.
There is one still alive.
But
Actually, no,
there's more than just them.
Yeah, there was the 2 that Eileen was facing. They were blocking the way.
I can't help much. I didn't know much.
Searching.
I didn't even meet with all of them. But there were more than just those. They would store the things here until nightfall and then take them on a cart somewhere out of the city. But I never asked questions. I never dared to.
I see. um, I will take you to the authorities now. I'm gonna go grab him and then.
Yeah, you sort of just push the door open. At this point, it's broken so severely from your strength check that you can just pick him up and sort of take him to the authorities.
Yeah, take him to like the guard post or whatever.
You know that yeah, there's a guard post like right across the street from the tavern, where these blue cloaks are, and they'll imprison him for you.
I'm just gonna like just spit after he walks out.
You're gonna stay. What did you say you were gonna do?
I'm gonna just like spit after he like leaves out of there.
Okay.
Just stuff.
So the fortress starts taking this man as a prisoner.
What a sorry soul.
So yeah, the fortress sort of heads off and leaves the three of you behind in the shop. If you want to follow him, you can, unless you want to look around the shop or anything.
No, I'm gonna look around.
There are some crates down here. If you want to look in them, you can.
I would
Okay.
love to.
Just give me anyone who wants to look around in the crates. Give me investigation checks.
Are those silver pieces still there?
They would not be at this point. No,
But I got a 20, so I mean they have to still be there.
they have to still be there. So Eileen and Markus, you look around and you can only find fishing gear. You've basically stuck to searching the inside of the shop, forgetting about the crates that were outside in the alleyway. And you basically just find fishing gear. You find nets. You find fishing rods. If you want to steal a fishing rod, you can.
Oh, sweet.
It's basically just very low quality fishing gear. Most of it covered in dust and some of it broken and busted up. Clearly, this has been very lived in. Therud, on the other hand, you take more of a look on the outside crates. You find crates filled with small packets of a red and white spice, which smells extremely strong.
Can I take some of them?
Take 5 packets of spice. You can add that to your inventory.
How much do those weigh?
Don't worry too much about the weight. They weigh basically nothing.
Okay, so basically nothing. Perfect.
But yeah, that's basically what you find. You don't find. Actually, I will say also one other thing you find is looking around the corpses. You actually find 2 things of note. First of all, each of these bodies, somewhere on them, has a gold coin with a star etched into it.
Ooh, can I take those too?
Yeah, you can have 3 star coins.
Oh, sweet.
They're not. You can add them if you. Okay, here's the important thing. You can add them as gold pieces if you want,
Oh no.
or you can
I'm
add them in
doing
your inventory as just. Yeah, you can just add them as an item then. So these 3 gold star coins basically. They basically are gold pieces with a star etched into them. You also find one other item of interest, which I will add to your character sheet. I need to get it.
Man, my character's already getting exactly what
There you go.
Oh. Oh.
Which you get off of the orcs. We actually don't get off the orc's body. You find it slightly covered in blood on the floor.
Your regular Tuesday, you know, just happens all the time.
But yeah, Markus and Eileen are sort of distracted with their conversation while they're searching, so they don't find anything too of use. Anything else, the three of you want to do?
Not really.
Okay. If there's nothing else, Fortress, you drop off the prisoner. The guards know you quite well. You've been in
Actually, it's a
the
rug.
town for a while. Don't. Okay, I will make it into a rug of smothering. So yeah, you drop him off, and the guards know you well enough for living in the city for some time, and they take him off your hands and put him into a cell for now. Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna tell them that there's more bodies in the basement, and this man was like letting them smuggle things into his basement.
Okay, so you sort of give them the full story, and they're like, okay, we'll clear out the bodies, we'll secure the area, and they send off a small battalion of blue
Thank
cloaked
you,
guards.
sir.
Thank you, Fleshling.
The time for man has come to an end.
Jesus.
I mean, thank you, officer.
So yeah, what are the three of you in the basement doing? And where's Fortress gonna do? What the Fortress gonna go?
I'm gonna come back here, I think.
Okay, so you sort of all the four of you regroup, and just now it's starting to get dark outside. The sun's sort of setting.
Maybe we should find somewhere to sleep.
I think you'd have a room at the only you, Therud. You'd have a room at the inn already.
Let's go.
You've been staying here for like a couple of days,
Oh, true.
but not long enough to really know much about it. But you do have a room.
That's depressing.
But yeah, you're going to head back to the thieving then?
Sure.
Okay. So yeah, the group of you head back to the thieving den, and Pike seems to greet you at the door, and she just comes up to the three of you and Eileen, she sort of ignores for the moment, and she's like, "So, did you make any progress?"
Yeah, we made lots of progress. We got your
Oh,
smugglers.
that's good.
We found them.
Did you deal with them all, or do you have any
No.
information?
Some of them got away, but we found out that they were had taken that guy. Pretty much, they were forcing that guy to use his basement. So-
I figured it would be something along those lines.
Yeah. So we killed some of them, but some of them got away.
Visit the basement at night. Do you think they might be planning to do it tonight?
Potentially, they might try to get rid the rest of their supplies.
She goes over to a small chest behind the bar, pulls out a hand of gold, and hands 10 gold to the three of you. If you can stake out that area, you could maybe follow them and deal with the rest of these smugglers. I'll triple the amount.
Ooh.
So she hands 10 gold to Markus, Fortress, and Therud. She doesn't hand anything to Eileen because she's never met Eileen. And she actually turns to you and is like, "Can I help you? Do you need a room for the night?" Sort of like as if you're someone unrelated. Yeah, 10 gold to each of you.
Did she pay me too, or not?
Yeah, she did.
Yes.
Okay.
No. That is not true at all.
Okay. If you need a room to stay, I can give you free accommodation for a short while. We are a bit short on rooms, though, so you will have to share. Jeez. Yeah. Is there anything you're doing before, like, in the next few hours?
I mean, to be guarding Pike's place. I don't know.
Yeah, we want
Yeah,
to.
you sort of
Yeah,
just
stay in the
you're
shadow.
effectively a bodyguard. You just
Yeah.
stand around.
So let's not be too obvious that we're there.
Okay, so you the four of you going to head and stake out the area.
Yeah.
Back to the comic relief duo of Grey and Goat. You two of you walk for quite some time following this orc and this dark-haired woman out of the city, and they walk for about 20 minutes before reaching a small rocky mound. They seem to pull at some leaves, revealing a cave entrance, and the two of them head inside. Some light spilling out from this cave that's quite well hidden.
All right. Let's go.
Let's go. Wait, Markus feels emotions? Holy shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, what is a Malreinn a Malreinn and Faendal going to do anything? Or they're just going to sort of watch this entrance? It's fine. So you sort of watch these two figures that you're following go into a small hidden cave, and Faendal starts sneaking up to the entrance. Give me another stealth check, Faendal. Okay, you manage to walk over to the entrance. You sort of look inside, and it's very. You have you have low light vision. You have dark vision rather. You can see pretty well. Mala teleports behind and looks as well. Mala actually can't see much of anything though, because Mala is struggling to see in this dark. Faendal, you can see decently though. You can see well in the dark, and you can see that this cave branches off in two different directions, left and right. You didn't see where the creatures, the two figures went, but okay, you sort of follow along as well. You can make me a stealth check as well. I'll say Mala doesn't really need to make a stealth check. He's so small, making not much noise in the night.
I am not Baka.
Is Mala Sundere? Oh yeah, you stealthy. You're very stealthy. But yeah, you're standing at the entrance to this cave that branches off in two different directions, left and right. I mean, it's as good as guess as anything. It could be tea. Okay, are you going to sneak towards the left or the right? I will say one thing. Malreinn, you can't see shit. And neither can Mala. Like, it's pitch black.
He is blind to shit.
Would you like to split up?
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, Malreinn cannot. You cannot. It's like hopeless trying to look around. Faendals, you can see. You can see okay. That's kinkophobic.
I will see you in court.
Kenkus don't have that function. Anyway, But yeah, you're standing at this two-way intersection. You can head back out if you want to, or you can go to the left or right. Okay, you head to the left. I would like each of you to just give me a dexterity saving throw. No, actually, no, not dexterity saving throw. I need to roll something. Don't roll anything yet. Because I have a thing. I just need to quickly check. Okay. Okay. Jesus. I just need to check. Check. Okay. The three of you suddenly feel very tired. Your movement's slow, and you fall asleep. Cutting back to the others, staking out. Are you going to be resting at all while staking out, or are you all just going to try to stay up for the night? Like, and where are you actually doing the stakeout? Are you like staying right in the basement, or like watching the fish shop? Where?
I'm gonna try to watch those spice things, where all those spices were.
Okay, so you sort of but where are you sort of standing? Are you standing in the alleyway, or are you in the
I'm gonna
secret
try to,
room,
like,
or?
peek up from around here or something, maybe.
Okay, so wait, are you staying in the alley?
Like,
What would you get if you were to rest? You'd get if you took a short rest, you could get some things back. I think you could get Channel Divinity back or
wait,
something.
okay.
I don't remember exactly what else you get back on short rest.
Maybe
Not a
hide,
lot though.
like hide behind these boxes.
Yeah, you could hide behind those boxes. Those boxes are filled with spice, though. I should mention.
Yeah, that's the point.
Okay, cool.
They'll come right towards me.
Is everyone else hiding behind those boxes? Leonhard's is long rest only, yeah. Okay. Where's the fortress hiding?
I'm here.
Yeah, you're here. Not
Okay.
that guy's gone.
Can I hide? Is it possible for me to hide?
Yeah, it's possible for you to hide.
Probably just behind those boxes like Therud is.
Yes, the people you're like stalking are like trying to presumably take these spice boxes from here and bring them over to the secondary location.
Can I hide in the cellar?
If you want to hide inside the spice boxes, you can.
No.
Yeah, you can hide inside the cellar. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Just right inside the door.
I'll just put you there because you're like. So we'll probably be using this map.
I'd be closer to the entrance, but
You'd have to take some of the spices out of the box, but you could definitely like. You could certainly fit inside. These boxes are pretty big. So what are you going to do? Are you going to try and do that?
Sure.
Okay. If you want to,
Oh
you
my
spent some time.
gosh.
Please don't do that. Looking around, you definitely think that Eileen and Therud are definitely the lead. Like, don't have super heavy, clunky armor and stuff.
I mean, either they're gonna come from out here, or they're gonna come from over here. So maybe we should have someone be over here as well, in, like the alleyway.
Lime check Discord. But yeah. So yeah, are you going to try and the two of you going to try and hide in the boxes?
Sure.
So is that the plan?
I
Okay.
have a point of exhaustion, don't I?
Do you?
Yeah, if I get it after I rage.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what that does to me though.
It makes you have disadvantage on all ability checks.
Oh, that's easy. I'll use those.
I think you can get exhaustion back if you take a short rest, which you will be able to do with the time it takes you with this. So you can exhaust yourself.
Yeah. Do I get my rage back when short rest?
I don't think so, but let me check.
Like,
Why
you still
not?
question it?
You must finish a long rest before you can rage again.
All right. I still have no. I mean, I still have 3 rages
Yeah, you still have like multiple rages.
or 2.
Okay. So yeah, Eileen and Therud, you're going to both need to give me stealth checks as you try and contort yourselves into these boxes. While Markus and the Fortress are staying far enough back that they don't really need to make any stealth checks.
Sweat check?
Stealth.
Owie.
Are you touching Markus for that reason?
For that reason. Wink, wink. No.
He's gonna be okay. He's hiding like further away. But if he's hiding in the alley, yeah, you can do that too. Are you hiding in the alley, Rob? Okay, touching Therud instead. Therud, you can re-roll your stealth check.
Oh, okay.
And Eileen, you're gonna have to make your own stealth check. It's slightly better. Oh god.
We are good.
So yeah, you hide in boxes. Wow, this spice smells really bad. You start sneezing, both of you. It's like you're coughing, sneezing, and Eileen singing. You're pretty noisy, but you're in the boxes. It'll be fine, right? Yeah. Two of you sort of waiting in the alley, just hear the sounds of footsteps approaching, and you sort of go quiet. I'm going to need to make perception checks technically, because they might still not be able to hear you. They hear you. Immediately, they sort of just look down curiously at the boxes scattered around. You don't see them. I will say, Fortress and Markus, you can sort of only hear. You hear, that's interesting. You don't see much before Eileen and Therud, you start feeling yourselves getting picked up and lifted in these boxes.
Well.
Is anyone doing anything in particular?
So what are these two doing? What are they like?
They're sort of hiding in the basement in the cellar, just listening in, because they're too like big to fit in the boxes, too unstealthy.
So did they hear this?
Yeah, they hear the boxes starting being shifted. One of the people just offhandedly says, "Yeah, we need to get them back pretty quick." Must be the wind. Yeah. Okay. So you're sort of disguising yourself as you're in the box. You cast disguise yourself. They can't. They won't be able to see because the boxes are closed.
I should have
But
prepared that.
yeah, you disguise yourself, and these boxes start getting carried off. Is anyone doing anything as the boxes are getting carried?
No respect. I'm telling you, no respect. No respect. No respect.
I will say the bodies of the dead have been taken away by the blue cloaks. Okay, so they start moving. You everyone can give me perception checks as the fortress and Markus are walking along. Everyone can give it though because you can still hear things if you're inside the spice boxes. Yeah, everyone.
Oof.
Well, that's
My
you,
perception.
a couple of the bags of spice are sort of like broken open, and you've got them in your ear, and it's the sound of like the feet underneath you carrying you is just too much. Eileen, you have a similar story where you just can't really seem to make out any sounds through the wood. Markus, though, you keenly follow them, even with the dark light being a bit hard to follow them in. You lock onto them and start following them along as they bring these boxes to a cart. They seem to be placing most of the boxes on top of the cart. I will need Markus and the fortress to both give me stealth checks.
Oh god. I actually have decent stealth somehow.
Oof. Owie, my stealth.
It's with disadvantage as well for both of you because of your heavy armor. But I don't think Markus needs to roll with disadvantage. Actually, yeah, both of you should really roll with disadvantage, in all fairness.
Oof, owie, my
Straight.
stealth.
It's still not lower than Eileen's. So they've loaded all of the boxes up except for one. You hear the sound of a crossbow being primed, and Eileen, the lid of your box flies open, and you're looking at both of which are holding crossbows out at you.
You're cutting out a bit.
Oh, am I? Okay, so they basically open your box, and you see two of these figures holding crossbows down towards you.
Gosh.
You are disguised as this woman that you saw on the ship earlier. Yeah, you're still injured, yeah. But you're also disguised. Are you disguised as an injured version of that woman you saw on the ship, the female bandit? Okay. Are you just pretending to faint, basically?
I think she's pretending to already be fainted. Yeah.
Okay. Give me a performance check. They're like, what the fuck? They sort of look at each other. You can't really see because you're closing your eyes and like pretend to be conscious. Like, we should get them back to Betty. They just pick up the box, not putting the lid back on, just throw you onto the cart. The cart starts moving along, being drawn by two horses, and they just jump on the cart as well, and they start trotting off.
Do they leave the boxes or are the boxes on
No,
the
no,
cart?
they put all of the boxes onto the cart now, including the one that Eileen's in, and they're taking the boxes and the cart out of the city.
Okay.
And I assume Markus and Fortress are following. Heavy clunking metal. Yeah, you follow. You have to quicken your pace a little bit to keep up with the cart, which is moving at a decent pace. But you do manage to keep to follow. Markus and the Fortress, you both see the cart come to a stop as they start as these two figures that were carrying the boxes get off and head inside a concealed cave, which seemed to have this wooden net effectively covering it, covered in leaves to shield it from the environment, and they head down inside it, leaving this crate, this cart full of crates, outside. You gonna do anything?
I'm gonna ask Markus what to do. Or Markus is next to me, right? He's the one following me, right?
So they headed
I'm not-
inside like someplace.
But you don't really know that. You're still like sort of in this box, and you can't really hear much of anything. You sort of know you've been moving, but you're kind of clueless.
So we're no longer moving,
No longer moving.
but I still can't hear anything.
You sort of struggle to hear things. You can hear like the sounds of voices, and then you sort of hear silence, assuming they've moved on. Maybe.
Can I like peek out?
Yeah, you sort of push the box open. Give me a perception check. You actually see nothing. There's a box like right on top of yours, and you try and push the lid of your box up, but it just gets stuck. Eileen, from underneath you, you feel a thud. Clearly, you're like on top of Therud right now. First session, and you're already on top of Therud.
I was gonna make that joke too. Dave.
This is twice now. Or no, Therud was on top of her before.
Hey, yeah, you can't waste any time.
But yeah, you sort of neither of you can really see much of anything. But Markus and Fortress, you sort of have this full view.
I'm just gonna ask him what to do because I'm not very good at the whole stealth thing.
Okay.
What shall I do, human companion? I assume it's human. Not human.
That's what I said. Oh no, I was gonna make a sex joke, but yeah. What you got? What is Markus gonna do?
What is Markus gonna do?
What will Markus do?
Invoke duplicity in bed. Oh, that's amazing.
Except for the fact that the duplicate is like illusionary.
Ah, dang it.
No, you're actually like out of the city limits right now. You've been following for about 20 minutes. No, more like 10 minutes. So you've been having quite a quick pace. Oh, smuggler guards. No, there's nobody outside the cave right now. The two people who were on the cart left and went inside. Yeah, you would know. Especially since it's the only open one. Also, you don't really know which one Therud is in, though. Okay, so you sort of run up and you see Eileen splayed over, her tongue sticking out, looking. Give me an insight check, actually. Yeah, she looks like unconscious. And no, you actually don't see her. You see a smuggler unconscious, an injured smuggler unconscious in the crate, like a dead body.
Alright, it's time to take that out.
You sort of you poke her. She doesn't seem to react. She's very very committed to this playing dead. Eileen, you can sort of feel something poke you.
Aww.
Aw.
You sort of just pick up the smuggler and just move her aside. Move her aside. Still sloped over, very convincingly dead. And you just rifle through the boxes, and you do find Therud's box. You sort of open up and see Therud inside.
Hey there. Well, she's in one of the crates. I don't know which one.
Where is the elf girl? We must locate her location.
Locate her location.
As you're talking, you can hear their voices like talking all around you as you're just sort of like slumped over a crate awkwardly, still playing dead a little bit. No, so yeah, this woman stands up in Eileen's voice, starts speaking. Yeah, Lime is basically Jester. Funnily enough, Lime had no idea that Jester existed before making a character. Literally, it's literally just sheer coincidence that they're so similar. No, it's pretty clearly Eileen's voice, unless she's trying to disguise it. Yes, as in you're trying to disguise it? Okay. Give me deception and perception checks. And deception and insight checks, actually. So deception check for Lyman and insight check for anyone who wants to try and see through it. Yeah, deception for you. This smuggler you killed is literally coming back to life as a ghost, haunting you right now.
Okay.
Just climbing out, spice falling off of her form. Cast fireball, okay. You shoot a fireball. Burning up at Eileen, dealing 6 points of damage. No, it doesn't hit. It doesn't hit her AC, so it just flies overhead, and she just ducks down, shouting out "No stop" in Eileen's voice now. All according to Keikaku. So yeah, you sort of realise that it's Eileen playing a trick on you. As this is happening, you see the two figures just starting to walk out again. Only Therud sees this though, just coming out of the dark cave. You sort of just see these two figures starting to walk back towards you. What are you gonna do?
Can I hide back in the crate?
Okay, just you can give me a stealth check then. Okay, yeah, you just sort of like a reverse vampire rising out of the crate. You just sort of fall backwards, landing amongst the spice, sort of piling on top of yourself. Nobody else sees them coming from this completely pitch black interior. As how many figures? 3 figures walk out. They spot the 3 of you like walking over their crates. Like there's one of them shouts out. This female voice just shouts out. It's like, "Get back to the cave!" And they sort of run back inside.
Alright, time to chase him down.
Would I have time to throw a javelin at him?
I'd say so, yeah.
All right. Oh, whoops.
Who are you throwing at? There's the two grunts who are taking the crates back to the cave, and then there's this central figure, this woman with long dark hair.
I'm gonna the lady with the dark hair.
Okay, you will make an attack with disadvantage, unfortunately, because it's very dark.
Oh, well, that first.
Actually, no, I'll say that's fine actually, because you would have advantage for surprise attack. So yeah, you hit with it, dealing 3 points of damage.
Aha.
Ooh, 3 damage.
Then I would run over and pick it up and then follow them.
Okay, so yeah, you're not in a current initiative, but you run inside. The group of you run inside. Yeah, I assume that people get back their javelins and things, unless like it goes off a cliff or in lava or something like where you couldn't retrieve it. Okay, so the 4 of you start running in. You see a left turn and a right turn, and I will say, Therud's the only one who can see anything here. Like it's pitch black for the rest of you.
What, you guys don't have dark vision? Or
Literally, only 2 people in this party have dark vision.
What? I have dark vision?
Nope.
okay, can I like see them at all?
I'd have like infrared. Trust me.
Give me a perception check.
Sure.
Okay, still cast light. What are you casting it on?
Just put it on a coin or something.
Okay, you sort of just put it on a coin. So yeah, you cast light, and now everyone can see. You just barely see them heading into the left passageway.
Alright. I'm gonna follow after him.
Okay. You follow after them. Everyone talk amongst yourselves because I need to quickly set up this map a little bit.
Right. All
Are
according
you
to
guys
Kikaku.
Gets happy about a Shadows engagement?
Wait, what? What?
He's talked about it in the general chat just now.
It just now. Oh. Oh. Wait, what? What does that mean?
Okay. Well, anyway, that poor girl. Anyway,
That poor girl. Oh.
talk amongst yourselves. Keep talking about yourselves.
Do it!
Do
Okay,
it.
I'm a robot and I'm his killer robot. Beep boop.
Beepity boop boop. I'm a robot. Robophobia is for life. Pretty sure that's how robots talk, right?
Something like that.
Okay, so as you run into this cave
There's
entrance,
hope
I'm going to
for
need everyone to.
Great.
Okay. I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative. I will put your characters on now.
Nope.
So yeah, everyone, please roll initiative. You run inside and you see several figures just staring at you. Weapons beginning to get drawn as you seem to get into the center of this fighty area. That's what I'll call it. Therud's currently got a coin with light on it. How much? What is the range of? I'm just gonna check. 20-foot radius, bright light, and dim in a thing. It's actually that.
Oh, it's that?
So yeah, well, it's dim light at the edges, but yeah.
Okay.
You're still disguised. Yeah. Because you haven't attacked anyone. No. Can't even remember when you drop disguise. I think it's when you attack someone. But yeah. No, I don't even think it drops when you attack someone. I think it's just like a thing that people can see through, right? I'm confused.
Oh, I don't know.
Can anyone tell me how disguise self works?
Disguise self.
No, it's just apparently just last an hour, so that's fine.
Yeah. People can check
It's not,
against it, but
it's not even concentration, so you can just like have it on. What do you mean? Where are the other two? Oh, did I close the turn order?
yeah, there's.
Of course I did. Okay.
Dual wielding
Um,
smuggler. What a name.
Wait, I never rolled initiative. Hold up.
What did Bongo 20? Oh, you already added himself. Okay. 17. Who hasn't rolled?
Me. There.
Okay. No, like everyone's actually. I need. Who am I missing? I'm missing someone from the thing, and Eileen. I'm missing. Okay. And then I'm also missing Gray.
Oh man, look at all these smugglers. And it gets deleted and replaced with a different smuggler.
Just adding initiative.
Female smuggler. There's no male smuggler, but there's a female smuggler. Oh no, there's a male smuggler. I take that back.
I'm just having the female smuggler and the male smuggler take the turns at the same time. So has everyone rolled? I don't know if Grey has rolled, right? Grey, you there? Malreinn needs to roll. Okay, just please roll initiative. Okay, cool. Okay. Faendal and Malreinn, you sort of start stirring away because you realize you're tied up. You look around and it's quite dim light. Faendal, you can see quite well. You can see everything in this cave. Malreinn and everyone without dark vision, you can only see things if they're in the range of any of these lights. So these yellow auras, effectively. Okay? But currently, you're tied up, Faendal. It is now your turn in initiative. You hear the sounds of weapons being drawn, and like combat is about to begin. What would you like to do? Yeah, just give me a dagger attack with disadvantage. You sort of start attacking at it. You manage to fray a few of the ropes. Now just give me a strength check. You sort of made it easier to break out, but you can try and make a strength check to actually like pull the rest away. Oh yeah, with that you're easily able to break free. You're currently still on the ground, so you can spend half of your movement to stand up. Once you do, you're out of actions for this turn. But next turn you can start doing things basically, and you've gotten yourself free. It is Therud's turn. Oh, I forgot to add initiative for someone. Where are they?
Alright. The robed smuggler. The robed smuggler, I'm sorry.
Robbed smuggler.
That smuggler got robbed.
Yeah, she's a robbed goddess. So yeah, what is Therud going to do?
I'm gonna move up
Okay.
and I'm gonna recklessly cast because why not?
All right.
Alright, so wait.
So you roll twice.
Roll twice, yes. I don't know why I did that. Just do D10, but whatever. So I got a 1 and a 9. So I'm going to cast. Which one's better? Those are both two good spells. 2d8. I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave.
Okay, everyone within a 15-foot range. Okay, so I need Eileen to make me a what saving throw? You can make the attack actually. I think it's like con.
Constitution, yeah. Thunder Wave.
All three of them are going to succeed.
They can do that.
And I need Eileen to also make me a Constitution saving throw.
All three of them.
Oh yeah, you take no damage. You actually see this thunder wave coming. You just delicately jump over it with a small spin.
I don't think that's how it works, but okay.
Yeah, no, it's a new rule for this campaign. If you roll a natural 1 on a
No, I
saving
mean,
throw,
like,
you take double damage.
You couldn't jump out.
Oh,
You couldn't jump.
oh well,
over
too
this.
bad. Too bad. She's cool enough to jump over it.
It's a cube.
It's a cube.
Yeah,
She jumps over the cube.
She jumped
I have
15
I have
feet
to,
in the
I have
air.
to go.
Okay, I can control the fortress for you.
Yeah, I'll go into rage and then whack everybody with my sword.
Okay, cool.
Sorry.
That's fine.
How
See you
dare
later.
Leave us.
Bye.
Okay, it is Markus's turn. Marcus, you can sort of. You're the first person to actually notice this, but it's dark in this room wherever there's none of these lights around. So just be mindful of that. You basically can't see anything in. You can only see these circles, basically. But yeah, it's your turn. You move up and swing the greatsword down. You connect and you cut this guy severely. He looks like he's just barely hanging on. You practically knock the weapon out of his hand. He just barely hangs onto it just by his fingertips. Is there anything else you would like to do? Okay. It is the smuggler's turn, the generic smugglers. One of them is going to, the one that you just attacked is going to swing back at you with his sword. It's going to miss, unfortunately. Just it clangs off of your buckler, which you easily managed to throw in the way. This one's going to move. He's going to she's going to just run at you, but she's not going to be able to get like an attack off this turn. The other one's going to move over, seeing Faendal step up, and it's going to attack Faendal. With a natural 1, is going to just sort of fumble, completely missing. It is now Malreinn's turn. You and your dog are both tied up. Yeah, Malreinn can try and bite himself free. Just give me a bite attack with disadvantage. Say that's a free action. You don't even need to use any of Malreinn's things to do that. She managed to get some damage off, but not quite enough to get herself free. She started. And what's Malreinn going to do? Decently. Okay, I'll say I'll just say roll a strength check. To do that, yeah, cool. That's close enough. But if you want to make strength, you can just click on the strength to the left of that. But that'll be good for now. You sort of start making progress. The ropes are pretty thick, but you do manage to cut through some of them. You're not quite out though with your turn. The robed smuggler is now going to look around. She seems to notice people fighting on either end. Is going to point towards Markus, and she's going to say, "Kneel." You need to give me a wisdom saving throw. I think it's wisdom. Yes, wisdom saving throw. Oh yeah, you feel like this compulsion starts to almost take control of you, but you manage to shake it off. And she just looks at you quite angrily before backing up. She's actually going to use her bonus action to kick out that fire. She starts trying to kick out the lantern to break it, but she doesn't make much progress with that. This robed smuggler over here. You can't see her though. She's out of your. You've got this rock in the way. Okay, with that it is the brutish smugglers. Oh, it's all the smugglers again. They always have their turns like right next to each other. Brutish smuggler's going to move up towards the Therud, just stepping over this small stone. It's going to pull out his sword and it's going to attack at Therud.
No, he's not. That's why.
No, it's not a pit. It's like imagine this whole area is like a donut-shaped thing, like a circular tunnel. So it's like more like a pillar in the middle. I will say, since everyone's new at this and they're learning their characters, Markus, would you like to do anything with your reaction as this? Oh no, wait, you can't do anything with it actually, because never mind, I'm being wrong. You can't use your protection thing. So it's just going to attack at Therud. Going to get 2 plus 6 is only an 8. So no, managed to dodge out of the way. The dual-wielding smuggler is now going to sort of survey her targets. She moves quickly, dashing between her ally, and she's going to slash twice at Markus. Unfortunately, both of her attacks are not going to hit. She sort of slices. She seems to be very quick at slicing, but not very accurate. Fortress is going to initiate rage. Burn, burn, burn. Move forward. Slam. Yeah, he's just going to attack normally. Wow. Just goes sails over her head. Eileen. Come on, Eileen.
Right, princes.
Okay. What's she gonna use?
What's she gonna do to you?
What's she gonna do?
Oof. Owie.
Oof. Is anyone in the way? No, no one's really in the way. I'm not gonna be too mean. It veers off and just slams into this crate, sending spice spilling out everywhere. You completely destroy the crate in the process. You'll use reroll. I was gonna say, like, I was actually genuinely confused because, like, some characters can do that. Like, if you, I think, is it gnomes that get that? I think it's gnomes. No, yeah, right? No, halflings. Halfling luck, where they can reroll natural ones.
Yeah, halfling.
It's like the only reason to play a halfling. And it's like good. That's why people play like halfling rogues and stuff.
I was a halfling in No Name for Now 4.
Yeah. Anyway, it is Faendal's turn. Faendal, you've got your ropes done, and there's this guy getting right in your face trying to attack you. What would you like to do, Ku?
When they come for Yuku. And like that.
Okay, you'll disengage. And sort of just climb over this small desk. Jesus.
What?
She knows weird.
What?
Wait, you sort of just you scamper over the desk and onto one of these crates of spice. You can see perfectly well in the room as well. You'll jump up, yeah. It's pretty short crate. They're kind of like, imagine like the size of coffins, that sort of size. So they're quite low to the ground. But yeah, you jump up. What are you gonna do? Okay, just cool. I just need to Google that. New spells. It's going to take a while to get used to it. Blah blah blah. Okay. You need to. It's on your attacks. Above your equipment, there's attacks. You can cast it there, I believe, to see how much damage it does, and then to make a Wisdom saving throw. Oh. Oh yeah, it wouldn't be on there. Never mind. Just roll 3d6 instead. I'll add that to your because it's not one of the official D&D things that I have the expansion for. So yeah, that would make sense. She succeeds the saving throw, unfortunately, so only takes half damage. As this pain just grips her in mind, she grips to her head. Anything else you would like to do? You can use Bardic Inspiration with a bonus action if you would like to like inspire one of your allies. Okay, it is Therud's turn. in that case.
Alright. So, I am going to use Burning Hands on these two guys if I can.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you sort of catch the sides of both of them, but yeah, you can do that. Burning Hand. I'm going to make those deck saves. Both going to succeed.
Are you freaking kidding me?
I mean, your DC is only 13. So both going to take half damage. The orc's just going to look down and she's like, puny flames. Anything else?
No.
Alright, in that case, it's Markus's turn. Okay. So just turn to cut it, but unfortunately, this tough hide that this orc is wearing just seems to protect from the attack. Anything else? Low level fighting where you can only like slap someone with a sword once per turn, and you're like, oh yeah, don't have any items or anything I can use. Okay. The smugglers, the generic basic bitch smugglers. One of them's going to attempt attacking Markus, and it's going to fail, and the other is going to attack probably Therud. Yeah, probably Therud. Oh yeah, she sort of just cuts at you with her knife and not a knife, her sword, and does math 7 points of damage, just cutting across your leg. Okay. Malreinn. Malreinn, I would say Mala doesn't need to make a check. Mala spends the rest of her movement and stuff getting the things off of her. If you would like to continue getting yourself off, you can do that, or you can use your action to command Mala to attack someone. Okay. Oh Jesus, I did not realize. For once, I used an innuendo that I didn't intend to do. So yeah, just give me another strength check. Let's try and like finish getting yourself off. Do you know how to do that, Gray? Nice. Yeah, you with that you finish getting off and you can get to your feet, but it's basically the end of your turn, finishing getting these ropes off. With that, it's the robbed smuggler. Robbed smuggler is going to pick up the lantern and is going to throw it forcefully at Faendal, making an improvised weapon attack. Charm this, and she throws it at you. She's actually going to hit, surprisingly, and it's going to hit you, dealing 4 points of bludgeoning damage and 2 points of fire damage, which you resist, so you only take 5 points in total. And the lantern completely shatters. You're going to Hellish Rebuke, okay? Using your once per day. It's a level 2 Hellish Rebuke. So, do you know how to do that? Okay, it's just like... I think it's just... it's 3d10? Just roll 3d10. As you just like... Yeah. That's only with 2d10, I think. Did you cast it at second level? Or was that first level? Oh no, that was at second level, yeah, because it's got both things. Yeah, never mind, I'm being dumb. You rolled god awful. It can do like up to 30 damage, and you did 5. So yeah, you just sort of point down at her as she throws this at you, sort of like she burns you, you fire back and burn her a little bit as this fire starts singeing her robes. Meanwhile, the brutish smuggler is going to attack Therud.
No, he's not.
Again, just slashing down. Missing again. So it seems to be attacking quite recklessly, just missing everything. Then it's the dual-wielding smuggler. Dual-wielding smuggler is going to move directly behind Markus, taking the opportunity to flank him as he's completely facing away, attacking twice to his back. One attack is going to hit, because Paladins have insane AC. Just need to check. Oh, Jesus. She actually... No, yeah. Oh, wait, no. I'm reading it wrong. Yeah. Okay, takes 6 points of damage. She just managed to nick you in the back. The fortress is going to attack twice. The smuggler in front of him. Let's see. Yeah, slam. The first attack is enough to kill her, but the second attack is just like in this rage, just slamming reckless attacks, killing her. It is now Eileen's turn. I will say, yeah, you can only basically see anything in this big yellow circle.
Darling.
No, not you, Eileen. The rest of the stuff is like in the complete darkness now.
Welcome on, darling.
Oh, look what you just made me do. I don't know why that's in my head again.
What the frick?
But yeah, what is Eileen going to do? Oh, Jesus.
That's
So you just skip over. Leave my darling alone, you meanies. You touch with a single finger. You touch with a single finger, and everyone around you sort of looks shocked as this like horrid necrotic energy just beams out, exploding from your fingertip. Eileen, you're even a bit like shaking after that. This insane amount of damage just blasting through, dealing fucking 38 points of damage. You annihilate this person. This power just shakes through your finger. You actually feel your hand like fly back from the recoil. The body just gets sent flying. Everyone, ally and enemy, just looks over at you with intense eyes, like, what the fuck? It's actually a moment where everyone sort of like stops fighting for a second, and you're like, ta-da!
Oh my gosh.
It doesn't help that Eileen is playing literally the most damaging class for the early levels. Weapon spell attack crits are insane. As everyone's like, Eileen, you're now like the center of attention. Would you like to do anything with your bonus action? Everyone is looking at you, even the ones that you can't see in the dark. Like everyone just like it's not even a thing that people need to everyone's just looking at you. You still have a bonus action, but you can't really do a magic trick with that. That's more of an action. I think you have some spells you can do with bonus actions, though. Yeah, commands in action. Malreinn, I think Malreinn's probably the only person who... Malreinn and Malo are the only two people who can't actually see it, because they're like just around a corner. But you still see this burst of energy. Actually, also, you're like... Oh no, you could because of the light. But it's a huge burst of energy that sort of like blows everyone's hair and clothes back. But yeah, is there anything else you want to do, Eileen?
Everyone's clothes get blown off.
It's not that kind of campaign. That was campaign 5, the fucking anime shipping campaign. No, I intend to make this campaign even more shipping and anime focused.
Burns off your armor.
Who would you like to heal with healing word? You can basically only heal yourself or Therud or Markus. On yourself, okay. Go ahead, roll it. It's in the it's one of your attacks. Cool. Cool.
Not
Yeah,
that
you
kind
heal
of
it by 4.
shipping. Not that kind of shipping.
I don't know. I'm into it. Anyway, Faendal's turn.
I ship it.
What is Faendal doing? Generally, is wearing she's wearing some dark red robes. She's got a gold coin hanging from her belt, and is wearing some armor underneath by the looks. Some light leather armor. You don't think she has any metal armor, is what I'm saying. However, the brute orc all the way over here does have metal armor. The male smuggler's wearing light clothing as well, but the only one with like heavy metal armor is this this orc brute. Okay, so cast heat metal. Just roll heat metal. I don't think it does damage right away though, does it? I'll check. I think it like doesn't do damage. It does damage on his turn or something. I know it's a really good spell. I just can't remember when it does damage. Blah blah. Oh no, yeah, you do the damage right away actually. So yeah, roll the thing. Use the heat metal.
2 8s.
Oof, 16 points. Yeah, starts burning up. Big fire! It's just sort of like scratching him. You think he thinks that it actually came from your burning hands potentially. But yeah, you do that. You can use heat metal so good because you can use a bonus action on every other turn to do that damage again. Not 16 necessarily, but 2d8 again. Anything else you want to do with your movement or bonus action? You can inspire someone. You can move around a bit. He won't need to take it off, but if he wants to stop taking damage, he would need to try to do that. But it's on his turn. Well, yeah, it can't drop the armor because it's wearing it, you know? That's more if it's holding a sword or something. Besides, it rolled really high on a constitution check that I just made, so it doesn't... Yeah, just to be sure. It's pretty good if you have like a magical sword that someone's carrying and you want to get them to drop it. It's a really good spell. Anyway, is there anything else you want to do with your turn? You could bardically inspire, you could move. Okay, yeah, you just sort of shoot some words of inspiration towards Markus. You feel inspired. It's a D6 right now, I think, of inspiration, isn't it? D6 or is it? Yeah, it's D6, I think. Right? Rob, you'd probably know better than me. Is it a D6 when you up super low level?
Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah, it's D6. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a D6.
It's a D6 for now, and then it goes to a D8 like level 4 or 5 or something, and then it goes to D10, etc. So yeah, it is Therud's turn.
Alright, I'm gonna disengage.
Therud, you've probably never even seen a spell like that powerful from Eileen. Just yeah, but you can disengage from There's only one left there, so you can disengage from him.
And then I'm just gonna
And
recklessly cast.
he is like burning. He's scratching his armor. Reckless casting. Woo.
Dang it, I didn't get 10. I want to get a 10. What is that? Ray of Frost, okay.
You can roll again as well, right?
No, this is cantrip.
Oh, cantrip. Okay, Ray of Frost.
So that is, what is that?
Who are you targeting with it?
The guy in front of me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so 1d8 and his speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of my turn.
Okay, he's on 1 health. So that's fun. It is Markus's turn.
Well, there's 2 people who are almost dead right next to you.
Both are on 1 health as well. Okay, you attack the male smuggler.
Not the British smuggler. Ooh, crit.
Okay, yeah. I can see it's a crit before it even fully loaded. Yeah, you just slam this guy. You don't fully behead him, but his head is hanging on by a thread. It just falls to the floor limp. They disengage. This guy doesn't even look like he would have attacked you anyway. He's just like scratching at his burning armor. This ray of frost just like hit him across the side of the face. Anything else? Okay. All right. The smuggler's turn. There's only one left of the generic basic bitch smugglers. He looks around, terrified, especially looking towards Eileen, terrified. He wets himself and just starts backing up into a corner, dropping his weapons. If Malor wants, Malor can make an attack of opportunity with advantage because he's like completely like frozen in fear. So Malor can just bite attack with advantage if she wants to. She doesn't have to. Okay, just sort of barking, scaring him. He's like he pissed himself. He's basically out of the fight. It is Malreinn's turn now. The only two people you see left are this road smuggler who seems to be still in the fight, and this one who's just wet himself and made a complete mess everywhere, completely petrified. Not literally petrified because that's a condition. Okay. It just starts dropping all of his items. He starts taking off his clothes as well, just throwing them onto the ground. This is like all happening within 6 seconds, so he doesn't fully get off. But he's like probably giving you everything. He doesn't even seem to have much on him. He gives you his weapons, his crossbow, his sword, but he's got very little on him. He sort of just starts taking things up. You can add the things to your inventory afterwards, but for now it's just like this is he's still taking things off. I don't think people know what smuggling means. Anyway,
you tonight, real good.
The road smuggler is going to look around. It's going to point towards the male smuggler. It's like, you coward. It's going to just look around, not seeing much to do. She's kind of. She's going to try to think. She can't really do much. She's going to point towards Eileen and is going to cast Hideous Laughter. Check. It's a wisdom saving throw, please.
Wait, Hideous Laughter?
Yeah.
That has a range of 30 feet.
Oh, okay. She's going to get closer to do it. Boop. There we go. So yeah, just make me a wisdom saving throw, please. It's not an attack, no. It's a spell. That's going to be enough. You start feeling a bit humorous. You start giggling slightly. I'd say Eileen probably would start giggling anyway, but it's trying to make you fall over in laughter. Nothing's that funny right now. You're still giggling, but more out of your own will. And she looks around panicked and is going to start running as fast as she can. She can have 25 feet of movement left. Just sort of running. Brutish Smuggler's turn. He's looking around. He's on fire. He will not be able to get his armor off. He's going to go down fighting. So he's going to look around. He's going to pick a random target, and he's going to attack. Actually, I'm going to make an intelligence check. No, he's just going to get the D4 out to pick the target.
All right, let's.
It's going to be Eileen. Eileen. So he's going to run directly over to Eileen, and is going to try and attack.
No, we have to recruit him. Recruit the British smuggler.
Is Markus going to yeah. This sword attack was going to be a natural 20. It swings down, and Eileen, you sort of recoil in fear, just like stopping your giggling, as Markus throws his arm in front of you, his buckler blocking the hit. Your hero. And that's it. Building Smuggler's dead. Fortress is going to move up, going to steal the kill potentially with 2 attacks.
No, don't kill him.
Yeah, he's dead. Dead. And
Like, totally
it
dead?
is. He's like. He's a puddle on the ground.
Look, we can still medicine check him.
Yeah, you can just add smuggler's stuff if you want. Just add that as an item in your inventory. And it is Eileen's turn. Eileen, you don't see any other enemies, I will say. So you can only see the area in the light. Everything else is just darkness. You can still hear the sounds of combat, and you could feel the spells attacking you from that area, but you can't see anything. Yeah, Malreinn's in the dark. You can only see yourself, Fortress, Markus, and Therud. It's funny how Therud, the person who can see in the dark, is the only one of you who's like, I'll put a light up for you guys. Otherwise, this fight would have been way harder. Because, like, imagine not having Therud. Like, I'll remove Therud for a second. You could only see that area with that lantern. Most, but if they didn't have this huge area of light, the smarter people would have been like moving into the darkness because all of them could see in the dark. Well, not all of them, but most of them. The basic pitchers couldn't. No, not really. Thaumaturgy is more for like making your eyes glow, closing windows. It's basically, literally, I've heard it described this way before, and it's the most accurate description ever. Thaumaturgy is the spooky spell to make things spooky.
True.
Actually, Thaumaturgy could make the lantern like go dark, for instance. It's not for making things brighter, it's for making things darker and spookier. But yeah. Anything else Eileen's going to do? She doesn't have to do anything. She can just be like, oh, I'm done here. Like, I annihilated someone with necrotic energy. Yeah, well, not so much. She can hear begging and she can hear footsteps, but nothing in particular, and not nearly good enough to be able to like find the source of it. There's basically nothing she could really do unless she was like producing light to be able to see for herself. But it doesn't sound like direct combat is happening. No swords, no things like that. Okay. Love it when these things happen. Okay. Who are you going to command? Okay.
What? What?
Well, it's going to try on its turn. Interesting. Okay. Eileen's turn is done. It's Faendal's turn. Earth Tremor. Okay. What does Earth Tremor do? You can click on the spell so we can see what it does. Like, click the title of the spell. Go. Yeah, there you go. Blah blah blah. Fiance. Okay, so I just need to make it's 10 feet, so nobody else is in range. It's going to need to make a saving throw, which is going to fail. So it's going to take 1d6 damage and be knocked prone. You can roll 1d6 as she falls to the ground face first. You want me to roll it for you, or would you like? Okay, cool. You did it. 1 damage. Earth Tremor, such a great spell. Oh, didn't Therud use Earth Tremor in session 0?
Maybe.
Would Therud like to tell the story of how he used Earth Tremor on moths?
That was the best time to use it. I don't know what you're talking about.
And it hit Markus. Anyway, it's Therud's turn. Therud, you can't see anyone immediately. You can see the male smuggler just begging, stripping his clothes off, and clearly not in the mood to fight. But other than that, no threats. For the sake of brevity, are you doing anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna perform a medicine check on the brutish smuggler.
No, it's dead.
What?
It's dead.
What?
Got hit to the ground.
No. No.
It's dead.
No, it's not allowed.
Dead as dead can be.
No. Look, do this. Boom.
It's Markus. It's Markus's turn. Markus, are you doing anything?
No,
You can't see really
my
anything.
British smuggler. No.
You can't see any like threats.
I need to question him. Ask him if he likes tea. I'm feeling.
Jeez, you got a +5 to medicine.
Going on? I do have a +5.
That would probably be Eileen. Yeah, Eileen. No, it would be Therud. Therud's squishy as fuck. He's actually more injured. Plus, you probably would have seen in the fight that Eileen has some healing capabilities herself. Yeah, okay, you can do that. So can you two of you handle that healing? Those people.
Yes.
Famous Bongo just continue stripping. Malreinn, you can't see shit. It's basically between Faendal and Robe Smuggler at this point. What are you going to do? She's knocked on the ground. Oh, actually, no, she's going to get a turn first. She's going to get up and move away. She's not even going to disengage. You don't have a weapon, though. So, just what are you going to do, basically? She's trying to run away from you. She's making like no progress.
Why are you running?
Why are you running? Oh, okay. Mala can watch the other people then. That's fine. Mala sort of stumbles his way into the light. Yeah, Mala doesn't even really need to make a check. He's good enough at finding his way. So yeah, eventually, I will say for the sake of brevity, are you going to try and kill her, Faendal? Or are you just going to sort of like try and like stop her from running away because clearly she's not going to escape? Just give me an acrobatics check. Like she's running away, you do sort of a superhero jump. Yeah, that's enough, I'll say. You sort of just—it's not as impressive as you would have hoped, but nobody sees it, luckily, as you sort of like sloppily bump into her, knocking her to the ground. She hits her head on the ground and gets knocked out. And that is out of initiative. And so yeah, almost at the end here, but what are people doing like in the immediate actions after everyone's been murdered and this one person's been restrained? I will say that eventually It doesn't. The fortress does not.
What? Those fortresses fart? Or wait, would it be is fortress does fart?
I don't know.
I think it'd be is
Does
fortress
is
does is fortress does fart.
okay? Yeah, you sort of knock out and restrain the two hostages effectively. Okay. I will say, Eileen, when you killed that that person, you did notice something drop off of onto her drop off of her body, basically. And you go and like investigate it. I will tell you what that is through Discord. So that's what you find. And yeah, I think that's a good point of ending it. We can pick this up next time. So yeah, I think that is it. Yeah. Session over.
What?
Cool. Stop recording.
Heh.
But you have not. I
I
assume.
have not stopped
Oh.
recording.
Haha, this is the behind the scenes.
Whoa. Welcome to the raw
Whoa!
footage.
Raw footage. But yeah, what do you guys think? Yeah, you're going to loot the bodies at the start of the next session. Don't worry.
Yeah, that was good. Bueno.
I'm glad. Bueno. I like the characters too. What was everyone's least favorite moment?
I think that's when I didn't get to save the British guy. That was my least favorite moment.
Okay. What was everyone's favorite moment?
Don't forget.
Someone with a finger. Yeah, that damage was kind of insane.
That was insane. Holy cow. You got
I think
one of those rolls was like 2 10s.
I
And
think
the
if
other-
I'm doing the math right, the most damage anyone in your entire group can do in one turn is Eileen, and she can do 100 damage. Or 102, I think the math went out to in the end.
Oh boy.
Like if she gets crits on 2 different spells, basically, in one turn. I'll private message you.
I could do, what is it? 18, 21.
I think that's the only way you can get that's the only way anyone can get over a 100 damage in one turn.
I could do 21 like to one person, but like that could be spread. 21 damage could be spread among multiple people.
Yeah.
So multiple people could. Take
Obviously,
21 damage.
the way she can get 100 damage is on one person, and it's like ridiculously rare because she has to like set it up on previous turns and get incredibly lucky. I like Eileen.
I mean, Eileen is love crazy. Who will be my prince? Eileen is literally Princess Courtney.
It must be kind of nice playing a character that doesn't take things as seriously and like being like,
Every
oh,
other
I can just
character.
fucking do this. Well, you know what I mean? Like all of her characters before were very serious and very much like, I need to be kind of serious. I need to do what's best. And Eileen's like, nah, fuck that. I'm just gonna go for it.
Have fun.
That's true. I also like how Faendal and Malreinn just sort of have their own side thing going on. I think Faendal and Malreinn get along quite well. Forget bodies. Don't open. Wait. Don't. Wait. Don't loot. Forget bodies.
Thank you. Thank you. Don't open dead inside.
Yeah.
No, don't dead open inside. That's what it is.
Markus and the Fortress are quite down to business. I think they get along quite well. Which means the final pair is Therud, the Edgelord, and
Hey.
Eileen.
Shut up. Literally, my introduction is I am not edgy, and then now it's just I'm an edgelord. Great.
Yeah, well, obviously, if you say that you're not edgy, everyone's going to be like, oh, it's the Edgelord.
Fudge.
How much damage was that in the end? It was like 38 damage or something.
39, if I remember correctly. It is I who added the nuts to that shrine.
It was 23 plus 15, so yeah, 38. Oof.
It is I who added the statue. Let's look it up.
I think currently Dabo could probably do the second most amount of damage because he can attack twice per turn.
Yeah, it's inside stats, inside story.
Maybe he is edgy enough.
No, dang. No.
This universe does have its own Thundrone, though, I will say. Who's more different than any other iteration of Thundrone. Somehow even more different than a coffee machine robot. No, probably not that much different. Yeah, I think there will be some interesting dynamics. Does everyone like their own character?
I like my character.
Also, one other thing I mean to ask, what did people think about the lights? Like, as a thing that added something to the combat.
It did not change that much.
Well, it
in
wouldn't
this
change much
combat.
for you or Faendal, but I think it changed some. You know what I mean? I think it's one of those things that I will keep more of an eye on it in dark places.
Yeah.
Especially with 4 people out of the 5 units out of the 7 units you have not having dark vision.
Get right. Get good, scrubs.
Markus can be this version of all of Lime's characters. This universe's version.
Oh no. Markus is too good for goodness.
Mira or someone else.
Yeah, Mira was 4. Who came like after Tetra. When you like your dog more than your actual character.
That's good. I feel like some people take a bit of time to acclimate to the new characters. Bongo, what do you think of your reckless casting?
I like it.
I'm glad. I like how you're also using it quite a lot. It's like you could have probably knocked over Eileen if she rolled poorly on her her saving throw.
That's just you know, it's something you gotta deal with the trade, you know.
Here's the thing, yeah. About ranger pets. is if they die, they don't come back. You need to get a new one. So it's not like Bearbot, for instance, or like Wizard Find Familiars. Speaking of which, are you thinking about getting a Find Familiar, Bongo?
I don't. Okay, maybe. I don't know. I haven't
Eh.
really looked into it.
Also,
What-
do you have? I'm just going to check your spells
Wait,
because
what
there's
level?
two I need to see if you have.
Find familiar is level 1. Oh,
I also like how you don't have either of the spells that people say all wizards must have, or else they're shit wizards.
oh, great.
It's like the metagamey people are like, you have to have this spell.
What
Else you're
spells?
sucking. Magic Missile and Shield,
Oh, get out of here.
and then Mage Armor is also a really valued one. I'm like, eh. If I was playing a wizard, I'd probably play them like no damaging spells, all about utility and like being a troll. Like I'm
Oh.
going to cast Earth Wall. I think it's called Earth Wall or something. A Wall of Stone. That's what it's called. How technically good? I'm trying to think how technically good each of your characters are. I know that
Rip go.
Limes is strong, and
Oh, no,
Dabo's
Rip
is
go.
strong.
Wait, who left?
I'm not sure about Bongo's. I think technically Bongo's kind of weak for a wizard. Wizards in general aren't very strong, in terms of like metagamey sense. Faendal's okay, and Malreinn's decent. I
haven't
think
unleashed my true form.
Markus is okay, but I'm not. Well, he's probably pretty good actually. Pretty decent. Yeah, he's got like huge AC and stuff, and he rolled very good on health. Yeah, I like how I don't know if anyone even knew this, but Mala can teleport.
Oh no.
Jesus, Lime. Oh God. Disguise self.
Oh, disguise self. Oh, like perfect. I also have disguise self.
Disguise self is just a really good spell.
I don't have it prepared right now though. So do you prepare at like the start of a new day, or are we just preparing at like the start of a session?
Start of a day. So, for instance,
Okay.
if this continued, obviously you can probably go back to the tavern and rest. But if, for instance, you continued into the cave and found more things, you wouldn't be able to prepare new spells.
Okay.
And similarly, it's basically long rest. You can change the ones.
That's what I was thinking.
I think it's also good that we have 3 different people who have to prepare spells. So it's not just because in the old campaign, I think it was literally just Lime. So she had to do it on her own time. She had to find the time. But with this, we can actually set aside time and be like, hey, it's spell preparing time. And no, I'm not going to have a prostitute session. I use D&D to escape from my real life.
Gotta pay the bills somehow. This piece of paper.
I also think the characters came together fairly naturally. Way better than like campaign 5. Well, not better than campaign 5, but in campaign 5 you were sort of like, hey, you're forced to work with these people. But in this it's more like, hey, we sort of all have our own thing, but we're sort of going together, I guess. It's more
I
like,
just want
probably
money.
get more into that later on.
I just want the money. Like, I mean, they said 3 times the gold. Like, that's pretty nice. 30 gold.
Not to mention you haven't looted this room yet, including a certain chest.
A certain chest. Alright, it's time to loot that chest right now. Whoa, Therud's right over by there by the chest wall.
I also like how people found like 2 magic items already.
Hey, that's my job. Gotta find all
But
the
Markus,
good
but Markus isn't Eric.
loot. Markus, you're supposed to be the good person in our party. The one good person we have in every campaign.
I should draw a picture for every session about a funny thing that happened, like I did for the session 0.
Shoot. Dang it, it's already reached that arc. The corrupted good person arc.
So yeah, I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna go for now.
Alright. Go for now? No, go
I'm gonna
for
goat
now?
for now.
Goat for now.
I'm gonna Ruku Dooku for now. So yeah, peace.
Peace out.
Don't die or anything.
Alright. Alright, well thanks for watching. Tune in for another episode of No Name for Now 6 exclusively on Bongo 9911 Second, your #1 source for D&D content.